showtime.
OnlySlabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. We're back. Slabber Day returns. Praise glory to OnlySlabs. And with me, see, Chris the comic vet would normally be here, but he decided he needed 2 weeks off, I guess. I don't know, some kind of Canadian law or some such BS. So, Mike Beckerman, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
me. See, this is where it pays to be the official understudy on OnlySlabs, is you get to be a reoccurring appearance and a special feature for our guest, Mr. JP Budget Clicks. How you doing? I am excited to be back. I don't know about you, but having a week off of OnlySlabs seems awfully weird.
Yeah, you guys don't miss very many weeks, so this is.
I don't, but I will be missing another week at the beginning of May.
Yeah,
But
well,
only because the Wi-Fi on the cruise ships are horrible.
Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna.
Bring back Lonely Slabs.
Yeah, not affiliated show. Anyways, JP, we're going to be back to you in just a second, but we have some pent up need to be recognized by our fans, our viewers, and those who just are here to support Comics Curing Cancer, could care less about the rest of us. So if you're watching the recorded version of this later on, this is the point where you can look at the note description below to the skip to point and bypass the next 12 to 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Romper Room.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
Thank Crom, it's Slabber Day. Indeed. MJ Comics got a snatch on the rewind, taking the kids to the Minecraft movie. Okay. I think that's different than putting the kids in the coal mine, right?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
I think maybe it's synthetically teaching them. I don't know. Swagda, hey Matt. Okay, Rob, Chris, JP, hit me. Let's see them smexy slabs in action. Today, the part of Chris will be played by Beckham. Happy Slabber Day from Canada, everyone. Marty Alechko says, Slabs good, cancer bad. Let's donate today. Thank you so much for getting us kicked off as usual, sir. This first one is for you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm not feeling well, but I'll be listening. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Christina. I hope you feel well soon. Chris Bell, good evening, all. Good evening to you, sir. Ronnie Johnson dropping by that $3.33. Slabber Cats. Oh, nice. This one is for you, sir. It's slabbing time with the sexiest hosts ever on let's go with ever on YouTube. We appreciate that. Let's see. Just a little podcast. What's up, fam? Mr. Comics 89, SPC 89 reporting for duty. Well, thank you, sir. Jedi Batman, hello. Lone Eagle, howdy, y'all. Happy Slabber Day. Bat Dan, Slabber Day, Super Slabber Day. Flash by Night Comics. Return of the Stacks. Good afternoon, all. Yes, like it. Jeffrey Coster. Hello, gentlemen. It's Slabber Day. That it is. Marcus, KC Crew representing member for 27 months. Thank you so much for your long-standing membership there, Marcus. We really appreciate you there. Brian Barrick. Good day, all. Happy Slabber Day. Comic Mike stops in to say hi, everyone. Bleecker Street. Oh, shit. It's Becker.
It is me.
Funny thing, that's what his wife says. Just different inflection.
Yeah, like, oh God.
It's more,
He's home.
Shit. Mrs. Von Hoot, evening all. Thank you for joining us. Australia representing, let's freaking go. Mad Spidey dropping that $14.99 Australian dollars super chat. We thank you so much, sir. This one's for you.
That's the first time I ever asked for anything I really wanted.
Dr. Von Hoot's Comics from the Spiral Dimension drops a £5 super. Huzzah! Slabber Day is back and cancer still sucks. That it does. This one is for you, sir.
That beautiful bean footage.
Letterer extraordinaire Justin Birch stopping by to say hi, everyone.
Justin Birch. I thought you meant Stan Sakai.
Becker said it, not me this time. Marty Alechko dropping that 27-month super membership banner. Canadian crew representing. Charmaine Deacon, hope everyone is okay. Well, we are, and I hope that you are as well. Ryan Riley drops with sup, cool people. Phil Aileen, hello everyone.
Oh.
The amateur player, hey guys.
Hey.
I don't like comics. I love them, says, hey, United States comic book collectors and Canadians too. And I'll just add on Australians and the UK who are all represented here today as well.
Meh. Not
Right,
to
Justin,
UK, just Australia.
Yeah. Last Saturday, I attended a memorial for a family friend lost to cancer. And man, did I truly miss OnlySlabs. You know what? I would much rather watch this show than have to attend a memorial of a friend passing to cancer too. Joshua Davis, hello guys. Robert Monroe, happy Slabber Day. Gunny Camacho, hey guys, first time watching your show. Well, welcome, sir. I hope that you enjoy the show. Jay knows the way. Seen your dollars lately?
Oh boy.
Wow. Everybody, you know, we're not going to get into that.
Currency talk is for another time.
Yeah, I'm wearing the wrong shirt for that. Adil, hi everyone. 25 Perez through the mail. Hi everyone. Jonathan, Comics Avalon, hello. Kenneth Bird, hi everyone. Jaguar, hello. Kid Comics, hello to all, indeed. Let's see here. The Izzyverse, guess you miss me. Happy slabbing. Not yet, but I can dial it in. Anyways, Izzy be here before you know it. Like, I don't know, next week or something like that, I think. Happy Slabber Day, Henchman and Goon Squad. Cliff on Comics drops at Happy Slabber Day, $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Cliff. Cliff, this one's for you.
You know, I'm very conflicted about how I'm supposed to feel watching this.
Hola! ¿Cómo está, Perry?
Hey.
Nucking Futz, happy Slabberoonie, indeed. Justin Birch has a message. Any people in Europe, down under, Australia, and Africa? No, from Africa, but we do have the Europe, Australia represented. Ben Compton, hello everyone. Jay knows the way. Rob missed my hello and my donation above. Oh, did I? I am deeply apologetic. Sometimes the chat jumps. Well, this one is for you. absolutely. Now I saw them both. Put them both up there. That's why you got one of the bigger ones. I'm very sorry. Did not mean to skip anybody's comments whatsoever. Colossus Collector, what's up, fam? Let's see here. We got Taylor Winder dropping by. Let's extend this intro to 32 minutes. Nice. I'm Taylor. Happy to see that you're going to be attending Heroes Con with us. Let's see here. Who else we said? We said hello to Marty and Shop for Comics saying hello to Beckerman.
Hey, Shopper.
My lovely wife saying about I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray, and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Slabber Day. I'm in love. Nice. Now that I got it finally at the end, now I wish I had sung it to the right tune. Matt, well, then again, maybe you guys are lucky that I didn't sing it. Matt Spidey, his Cure reference, Mary. Yep, absolutely. Johnny Five's alive. Hey now. Ronnie Johnson, nice one. Yeah, going to Mary. I said, because now I'm all concerned that like when I missed stuff, did I miss other comments that were important? Jay knows the way skipping. I got a did I say hello to Cup of Comics earlier? Space Case Cards, how's it? Okay, I think as I'm scroll back through, I hope that I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I deeply apologize. Totally unintended. Tate, how you doing? But we are at that time. We're 12 minutes in. I appreciate you all coming out and supporting the channel, and more importantly, supporting Comics Curing Cancer. But let's bring JP to the stage. Let's make him big. And now we'll move Becker and I over here where we belong, and we'll ask JP, before we get into your collection,
Sure.
tell us about your comic book origin story. That time where you fell to earth and were adopted by some Midwest family farmer who brought you up and taught you classic values and how to treat other people.
Okay, so my comic origin is something that couldn't happen to anybody nowadays, which is when I was a kid and I'd be with my mom and she'd go to the grocery store. If you remember, Rob's old enough to remember that the magazines and everything would be at the front by the checkout.
Yep.
And she would literally just
next to the return.
Send me into the magazines, go get groceries, and I would sit there and read off the spinner rack for like 30, 45 minutes, however long, at the front of the store, no supervision. And then when she was checking out, she'd holler at me and we'd leave. So that is how I got into comics. But I never really bought comics when I was a kid. That didn't happen until I got into college and walked into an actual comic book shop for the first time in my life when I was in college. Was collected all through college and grad school, got a real job, got in the real world with no comic shop near me, and then got out of it for 15 years or something. And then in 2017, I walked back in one for the first time, and I've been doing this and comics ever since. So
what was the impetus that got you to walk back into a comic book shop?
I was helping my sister move, and there happened to be a comic shop a block from where she was moving. I was like, I've been in one of these for forever.
That works. And here you are. Now you got bit by a radioactive comic and you've been collecting ever since.
Yes, for sure. That has been, that's how it happened. I went down the rabbit hole again and I was lost. It was gone.
Or maybe it's not being bitten by a radioactive comic, but it's getting a radioactive paper cut. A radioactive comic gave you a paper cut that infused you with that, because we know that radiation causes all superpowers in Marvel Universe anyways.
And JP, what past life crime did you commit that you're now serving penance with Marcus as your co-host on your show?
I'm a suck. I need somebody to make me look good.
I mean, I know that one guy had a Sisyphus with the boulder up the hill. Like,
I'm going to be the one that looks good on the stream. Right. So that's a big lift.
That's right. You can just like as a president, you can never have a VP that outshines you. Yes. As a host of a show, you can never have a co-host that outshines you. All right, JV.
I was talking about you, not to you, Marcus.
All right, let's give the people what they want. They've been dying they haven't seen a slab in 2 weeks.
That's right.
How are you going to shock them out of their coma to get them to wake up and pay attention?
I don't know if I'm going to shock them with the first slab, but I am going to show the slab that means the most to me. Like, I'm very themed here on like the things that I collect today. So I'm going to start with my most important slab, at least to me personally. And this is Nightwing #1 from 1996. Literally, I was a freshman in college. Like I said, I'd walked into a comic shop for the first time. I bought the series. This is the series where he goes out on his own for the first time. Fell in love with the character. Started buying comics on the regular. Nightwing is still my favorite character. And yeah, so I collect a lot of this. This is my original copy that I got slabbed eventually just a couple years ago. And so, yeah, we're going to start with some Nightwing books before we move into some other stuff. But this was my original, the book that got me hooked. It was
nice.
I started college in August of 96. This came out in October of 96. So.
Excellent. So yeah, Nightwing, great character. I mean, the how his always been a great anchor for Batman to begin with, but then to go off on his own and show, that he's not just another Batman. Even when he fills in as Batman, he's a very different Batman than Bruce is.
For sure.
And definitely an anchor for the whole Bat family, I would say.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, for sure. He is the positive light that's in that cave a lot of the times when everybody else is very dark and negative. So,
he could be Batman's greatest achievement.
Yeah, for sure.
Chuck Dixon really did a great job with the
Robin I love that run.
Nightwing.
I went back and read it, the first probably 50 or so issues when I got back into comics a couple of years ago, and yeah, it still held up for me. I enjoyed the heck out of it. So, but Nightwing fell on hard times when I first got back into comics. If you remember Rick, the things
that's not the worst, but I'll take it. I'll go with Rick.
Rick Grayson was bad.
Yeah,
it was right up there with being a part of Spiral or whatever.
Yes, yeah, when he was Grayson, and there was some hard.
I didn't actually hate the Grayson stuff. The Tom King, I didn't dislike that.
But Tom Taylor came and saved him a few years ago, so I got my first issue, the Tom Taylor. I got it signed in a 9.8, and yeah, he signed it in the light blue, right for me, what was the perfect spot. I didn't even tell him where to sign it, but yeah, that was.
Yeah, I think the only other spot that would have been potentially for me a little bit better is like under the wing, where it says Nightwing, in just in that lower corner. But I mean, ultimately, it's a good spot, great cover. And you're right. This run of Nightwing has probably been one of the best things DC's been churning out over the last couple of years, I think.
I'm a big fan of Taylor and several of his things. And yeah, I was so glad the work he did on Nightwing. It was just a revelation. So we're gonna stick with the theme here. One of the first books I had to get when I got back into collecting, a book I didn't own. And that was a high priority. It was probably it was in the first submission of slabs I ever did. And this is first Nightwing, Origin of Deathstroke. Had to get this book right off the bat. And it was, yeah. So.
Yeah, that's.
Love the book. Love the disco. Gotta love the Disco Perez costume.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you to read the right side of that slab, please.
Oh, yes, of course. First appearance of Dick Grayson as Nightwing. First appearance of Jericho. Origin of Deathstroke, Slade Wilson. So,
a triple key.
Yeah. So,
triple Indy.
One of the things, I got that book and I was going to get slabbed. And one of the things I was going to do with the book was I was going to try to get Perez to sign it at C2E2. And he got sick and had to cancel. So I ended up just submitting the book anyway and getting it slabbed when I went to PlanetCon later. And I missed my chance to get a Perez signature in person. a buddy, one of the first people that started following on YouTube. He hasn't been around as much for a long time. Bear Island Comics knew that this run meant a lot to me. Knew Dick Grayson meant a lot to me, and he got this book double signed for me by Perez and Wolfman, and slabbed and sent it to me as an AOK. My man Bear Island took me New Teen Titans #1. So yeah, it was super awesome that he did that. Like, didn't tell me he was doing it until it was on its way. Like, he also, Mr. Perez, he had to do it at 2 different cons. He got Wolfman to sign it, or he got Perez to sign it, then he had to get Wolfman to sign it later. It took 2 different efforts to get it done. Yeah,
it got done. That's the great thing. I was like, I had my copy that I had, it was already slabbed, and I sent it in for a Perez signing. We were going to get the Perez, trade special art, everything else. And of course, then it never happened and he ended up passing.
I mean, this was 19, and so it was not that long before he got sick, and
right.
There wasn't much longer to get a signature. So,
well, the crazy part was that I had sent it in because mine was already graded, so I sent it in, let them crack it, and then they had cracked it. They had to re-slab, and they tried to charge me for re-slabbing it without getting a signature.
I'm like, wait a minute. It's like, no. So yeah.
That I joked before we went live that the reason Chris took off today was because they wanted somebody with hair.
And have somebody with hair today.
Also, I thought about this. Maybe if all 3 of you had been on here, the glare would have been so mighty that, crossing the streams, so to say.
Don't really have a lot of glare if you do your lighting right.
This is true. I don't do that.
Ooh, sorry, Rob. I didn't mean to step into your dojo.
Going here is not a damn gun. Well,
comic food, baby.
Because I would lose. So
here's
mine started disappearing when I was about 20, and it was gone quick. So
Marcus is the only one who lost his hair because it was like, I just have to get out of here. I can't do hair with this anymore.
3 baldies would unlock the key of time.
So, as you might have guessed, another character that I'm pretty fond of, based on just this shelf right here, is the Barbara Gordon version of Batgirl. Although most of when I was collecting, she was Oracle. So a book I just recently finally tracked down is the first appearance of Oracle. You don't find out it's Barbara yet. I'm still working on getting that one. But the first appearance of Oracle, Suicide Squad number 23. You don't see this book very often. It doesn't show up very often, but
no.
But just a cool book for me related to that character. Obviously, I'm a big fan, as you can tell, by what's directly above this book. But
I've never really thought about the first appearance of her as Oracle.
Nobody does. It's like this was like a $60 slab.
I mean, and it's funny because when I think of like the Batgirls, right?
Yeah,
I think that Barbara is, in my mind, she's best as Oracle, and not the best Batgirl in my opinion. I'm a strong Cassandra Cain Batgirl character supporter, but I love Barbara Gordon as Oracle, and I love her, especially right now in her role, where every once in a while I'll step out and do that stuff, but for the most part, being the woe man in the chair, right?
For sure. I mean, and that's most of my childhood that I really remember. That's what she was the woman in the chair, like guiding everybody. And this is kind of like a 4. I just started getting these. This is something I've kind of put off because they're pretty cheap. There's basically 4 books. You get this one. There's a book where you find out it's her. Would they stop texting me? Oh my God. And then there's 2 books where they tell you the origin of how she became Oracle following the Killing Joke. So there's like a 4-book, and all of them are like $100 or less slabs. They're pretty cheap. So
nice.
Working on.
Well, it was a time of mass production.
Yes, it was. What is happening?
People are messaging you to tell you how great you're doing and to keep up the good work, sir.
No, it is my family. My sister was on a trip, and her and my parents are texting back and forth just like about nothing.
Yeah,
literally about nothing. Literally about
You
that.
say, "Hey, fam, watch me on YouTube right now. I'm on OnlySlabs."
So, more Batgirl, more Barbara Gordon here. I bought this signed. This was already signed when I bought it. Seen it, paid less for than what the 9/8 were going for unsigned when I grabbed it. Get it signed. I mean, yeah.
Love that Bruce Timm signature. That
My
when I
only
first
regret-
saw it, I thought it said something else.
Bitch.
I did. I didn't know if we were allowed to talk like that.
Yeah. My dream is to have the bitch signature along with a Frank Miller penis on the same comic. That is the dream. That's the dream.
That's really good. If that's not a thing, it should be a thing for collectors.
Yeah.
I love this book, and JP, if you ever want to get rid of it, you call me up first because I love Bruce Timm art. I love this cover.
Yeah.
To have them both signed together,
Signature
that's
placement
fabulous.
is perfect too.
Yeah.
Top notch. He does great work when he signs. Good
I
placement
saw
all the
this
time.
and I was like, oh, like I don't buy a ton of signature books. I don't get a ton of books signed, but like I saw this and I was like, okay, I've been looking for this book anyway, and I'm gonna go throw my phone in like the moon.
Yeah, we can ignore it. Mine will go off a bunch of times during the show, and I just ignore it. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
If you all hear Mario coins going off, you know what's going on.
So yeah. Rob, you
There
mentioned
you go.
other
Papa Willie joins in $5 super chat. Says, what the is Beckerman doing on this damn? I'm Tony Khan, and I don't let my talent on other shows. He's a Legends deal.
Oh boy.
Oh, we got some wrestling talk there. Well, thank you very much for the super chat, Papa. This one's for you, sir.
Bet she gives great helmet.
Kiss me. No. Lord helmet, what? You're needed on the bridge, sir. Knock on my door. Knock next time.
Afternoon there to Legion of Comics. And of course, Knucking Foot says, yeah, like the Adam Hughes, just initials, AH.
for sure.
He's always surprised by his art.
Yeah, I do. I didn't like that signature at first. It's growing on me.
Yeah.
If you had to sign as many books as sometimes those guys sign, too. Look, I get it. My signature is a quick thing because I worked in a shipping and receiving place for a long time where I had to sign so many documents constantly that it was like, just get out of here. So I get it. If I was a comic book guy, I'd be doing the same thing.
Mine's just swooping J and a squiggle, a swooping P and a squiggle. I can't mock anybody. So
there you go. Yeah. All right.
So if you haven't guessed, the theme of this first half is all like Bat family, Bat related stuff.
That works.
And I have mostly focused on female characters in my collecting beyond Nightwing himself because the books are easier to get generally. They're more affordable, and I enjoy some of those characters the most anyway. So, Rob, you mentioned Cassandra Cain, so we had to get this is also an original copy from my original copy from the 90s that I sent in. So yeah.
Oh, and boom goes the dynamite.
And also my favorite Batgirl. Like, I really enjoy her as Batgirl.
Absolutely.
Like, in terms of as Batgirl, Barbara's my favorite. I like Barbara more as a character, but I like Cassandra more as Batgirl.
It's interesting that the first run of Batgirl as a solo title was Cassandra Cain.
Yes.
Just saying.
JP, can you please read the right side of this?
Oh, sure. First appearance of Batgirl, Cassandra Cain. So there you go. That's all it.
This is where I broke into the Bat titles. I came in at the during No Man's Land.
No Man's Land was
went back and bought everything, and I was hooked after that.
Yeah, I still have every when I was collecting in college, I collected every issue of No Man's Land that came out, and I still have them all. So,
yeah, No Man's Land was a great story. Ranks up there. So. I think was the other ones I really loved was like from when I early started reading Batman was The War of Jokes and Riddles. That was another one that was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was the early Tom King is really good. Like the late Tom King got a little off the rails, but the early Tom King on Batman was really good. So
yeah, I liked that.
So we were talking Batgirls. We also had to do first appearance of Stephanie Brown. Spoiler. Well, at this point, she was just Stephanie Brown. She hadn't even become spoiler yet, but yeah. So had to track this one down as well.
Daughter of the
complete my Batgirl set.
I always thought I liked how they played up her dad's role as like the not good enough to be the Riddler.
And I always liked that her convoluted background is always an interesting one within the title, because it's they just kind of like brush past it sometimes, and different writers focus on different elements of her.
I mean, she's had a weird history in the way they've used her over the years. They made her Robin for a little bit. They've done a lot of weird things with Stephanie. Like made her Robin for like 4 issues.
She died,
Yeah, and they killed her like instantly. It was just like, yeah. So,
but that didn't. But like most deaths, it didn't stick. So
no. It's comics; they don't stick.
I actually wrote and submitted to DC a God, I've never told this story. A spoiler, like one shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I submitted like 2002, maybe 2001.
Okay. Nice.
I got a thanks, but no thanks.
I'm so surprised. What?
I was actually at WonderCon. I was trying to get one more commission scheduled. That I was trying to get a spoiler commission, but never was able to find the right artist to get it done. I only walked away with the Bluebird commission.
No,
but well. It's to be done in the future, for sure.
There you go. Another female Bat-related, Gotham-related character that I snagged the first appearance of for like super cheap. We got first Helena Bertinelli, Huntress. We had to snag that one as well. Just kind of working on these. Like, I mean, these books are so affordable. It's crazy how like easy it is to snag one of these. So.
Would you like to treat us to the right side of that label?
To this one, okay. Origin and first appearance of the new Huntress, Helena Bertinelli. So
this is a cover I grab every time I see it because you can find this pretty cheap.
Yeah, this is a cheap book. It is super affordable
for how good it is. Like
exactly, Jay. Legs.
I just saw Justin Birch's comment. I know you'd put it up, but yeah. Thanks, Justin.
But yeah, so just like I said, I worked a lot on the female side of my fandoms, mainly because, like I said, they just tend to be more affordable, easier to
because you were a young teenage boy with aspirations.
No, more as an adult. This is now.
You were a young adult male with aspirations of
young. Don't ignore the gray and ignore the gray.
And actually, just
about being left in front of the grocery store to read comics.
You call me when you actually get some gray hair, there, buddy.
Well, it's starting. There's a reason, don't let the side grow in. Obviously, another character you can see. I got a couple books of. Big part of the Bat family. Is we got to include a little Catwoman. You mentioned the AH signature earlier, Beckerman. So
Papa Wheelie's gonna be mad.
Hold on.
Oh my!
So yeah, snagged this a couple of years ago. Super pissed still to this day that it came back in '96 because there is literally nothing wrong with this book, and I had another book that clearly had an error that came back in '98, and I'm like, damn it! But that's the way it works sometimes. So, but yeah, just classic Adam Hughes Catwoman cover. So
we got a $4.99 super chat Saturday. Thank you, Rob, JP, and Beckerman. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate you dropping that super chat. Of course, all the super chats and everything with this channel go to support comics curing cancer. JSS Brooklyn, this one's for you. Rich, welcome to the show. All right.
Well, I got a couple more books here before we get to where I'd kind of planned on the break here, Rob. So
yep,
hopefully
we're right on time.
Even planned on the break. This
well,
guy,
I kind of just
amazing.
split my pile into two sections.
I do. Here's a spoiler, Mike. I told folks plan on about a halfway point.
So yeah,
you can't just let JP have this moment. You can't just let him have credit for being prepared.
You know, try to plan. But
the guy already has to suffer with Marcus as his co-host. We got to give him something here.
I'm just worried that, like, I was sure that when we get to the break and you pull books, that I was going to be able to, like, get you to pull books that would make Chris mad. Now I got to, like, Beckerman, I feel like it's going to be a slightly higher bar to make him curse. Like, when you
pull New Warriors books. She'll be
yeah. I'll be happy he gets some New Warrior books. See, I'm not a hater like that. I want you to win, folks.
So obviously, a bit of theme here: female first appearances, female bat-related characters. A book I bought during the boom, which is not worth near what it was then, but that's okay. Still happy to have it. Is first appearance of Talia Al Ghul. So Batman 411, Detective Comics 411. Excuse me.
Yeah, no. Well, none of the comics. Very few comics are if you worry about the boom and stuff. But ultimately, unless you're trying to turn around and sell them,
which I'm not.
It doesn't. If you're buying it, if you bought it at the time and you thought it was a fair price at the time, and it's a book that you wanted, then it's still a book you want, then it's lost no value.
This is true. So, yeah. So definitely had to get as many Bat Lady first appearances as I could for sure. So we had to grab the Talia when we had a chance.
It just picked up a few months ago. Nice. Who dat?
All right. And then last book before
wow, these Marvel fans are crazy.
Yeah.
There
are some Marvel after the break. We were focused aside first. So.
As much Marvel as comes across the show, we can have heavy
I thought this would be a little different to show,
Yeah, exactly. We got a couple super chats to take care of real quick here. Old Wolf drops that $1.99 super chat. Very much, Tony. Appreciate you, sir, very much. We're gonna drop this one for you because chow mein sandwiches suck.
That beautiful bean footage.
All right, and the Kingdom Nerds, Bruce, thank you so much. $20 super chat. So much DC love. Go JP. Thank you so much for that. We are going to get you the big one now, just for that, sir. Here you go. This is for you.
Oh.
That's not what it looks like.
All right, great. Thank you, everybody. Yes, great donations, gents. All right, back to you, JP.
So, obviously, I got a first appearance up here behind me, but a book I had in my original collection that was part of that first submission that I did when I got back into collecting, pulled this book out, sent it in, and still got the 9.8 on that.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So, love that cover. Just a great book.
I love this cover. For the folks at home, can you tell them what the right side of this slab says?
Yeah. Origin of Harley Quinn. First Harley Quinn in DC continuity. Joker cover and appearance. Poison Ivy appearance.
Phenomenal.
So that is how we'll send you to the break.
Well, perfect. Before we go to the break, though, we will go to Dr. Von Hoot's Comics for the Sprawl Dimension. Drops another £5 super chat. It says, Dead Man, this one is for you. All right. Let's now that we're at the break time officially here, let's go ahead and bring up to the stage here, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag Bat Family. Seems nothing else should be better than to do hashtag Bat Family for our giveaway. If you don't know what's going on right now, this is the point of the show where you, the viewer in the live, enters this in the chat. You also hit the thumbs up button just for hex and giggles while you're there. And then in a moment, we'll be spinning it, and we'll see. It'll randomly grab a name, and somebody's going to get 7 pulls from our giveaway bin, affectionately named by everyone as the greatest weekly giveaway bin on YouTube.
Patent pending.
Yeah. Trademark and copyrighted. While that's going on, though, first, JP, for everybody that's going here, what is coming up for you over on JP Budget Collecting?
So I dropped my usual Saturday video already today, where I look back at hot comics from the last 6 months. On tonight, I do my weekly live stream that I call the Whatever Report, because I ramble about whatever's going on in my life, whatever's going on in comics, what I'm reading, or whatever the chat wants to talk about and what rabbit hole we go down. So we do that for an hour or so tonight, every Saturday, 8 Central for that. Monday, I do my show with Marcus. Don't hold that against me.
I assumed you wrote it off on your taxes. that had to be an act of charity.
So on Monday nights, we do Cash or Trash, where we look at the hot comics of this past week and make predictions for my 6-month show and try to have some fun with it and try not to take ourselves too seriously. And then beyond that, it's just, you never know randomly where I'm going to show up or what I'm going to put out. I did put out a Let's Collect video this last week on Catwoman. Those are my videos where I look at key comics, fun, important stories, fun covers, and just give you a place to start with a character. I think over the years, I've done like 35 of those. And so that was my recent one went out this last week. So
awesome. Excellent. And if you guys are watching this right now and you're thinking, where should I follow? Where should I follow? Link down below in the description. You can get over to JP and his social medias, his YouTube and his Instagram, giving him a follow if you're not already doing so. Also, as far as this giveaway goes, we do ship internationally. Don't believe me? Well, I just shipped comics out to Italy the other week to one of our winners. So it doesn't matter. I ship it. All right, Beckerman. Now
is Italy outside the country?
It is, believe it or not, because it wasn't Little Italy; it was Big Italy.
Big Italy.
Every time I'm inside an Olive Garden, I feel transported. So
don't get me started on that rant. All right, Beckerman. I know that obviously your channel doesn't need any views. You have some of the most incredible
We're doing
content.
fine over there.
Yeah.
Real robust.
But you do help. You do charity and help out some other channels from time to time. Where else can people find you other than occasionally filling in for Chris here on OnlySlabs?
Every Tuesday morning, you can check out that week's episode of the Comic Viking channel's Hucklebuck. Thursday nights, when we have a show, because I do sometimes get busy. Papa Wheelie's channel, Sweet Chin Music. If I don't plug that, he gets mad at me. Oh, AR, don't start with me. I got the weirdest feuds. My rogues gallery is like AR and actual Dracula. Anyway, yeah, and then on Sundays I hang out in Bleeker's Church, and Friday nights you can usually catch me saying hey to Biggie Shack on his channel.
Phenomenal. All right, we got 67 out of 72 people watching right now who's entered. That's great. I'll give you just a moment longer. In the meantime, I want to say thank you to all the henchmen who continue to support this channel on a monthly basis and the channel membership. You can join the channel membership. There's a link there just below the screen to your right as you're looking at your monitor. Consider becoming a henchman today. Guys, thank you so much. All right, and with that, we have the highest percentage of entries ever at 71 folks have entered in here. We're going to spin it to see who wins it. Ladies and gentlemen, join with me and Wheel of Fish. Our winner is, bam, Brian. Congratulations, Brian. You are the winner of this first set of pools. So I'm going to make myself big. And actually, I said I'll make myself big. And there we are. JP, you get to do the first set of pools for Brian here. So we're pulling 7 books from this box. You have to give me a number, either 1 through 10 from the front, 1 through 10 from the back, or we just do some back to front action. You tell me where to stop. Then you tell me whether or not we're taking the book in front of my finger, behind my finger, or if we're taking both.
Okay, let's do 6 from the front.
6 from the front. First book out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Next up.
Let's do 3 from the back.
Very popular book. Number 3 from the back. Got it?
All right, now just move around and stop.
Front,
Both
back, or both? Both. Got it. Excellent. All right, that's 4. I'll go this way this time. Oops, let me make so you can see.
Stop. Both.
Front, back, or both? Both. Okay, now we're going to pull one more book.
All right. And stop.
Front or back?
Front.
Ooh.
Oh boy, here we go. Chris will be somewhere in Canada.
Chris will be cursing on the rewind, hopefully.
All right. Let's try to figure out the best order to present these. And these are some. All right, we'll just do this. All right. First up, we have. Let me do that. Can't be the first book out. That'll drive. That would be wrong. There we go. Let's do that. First book up, we have some Todd McFarlane, Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 1.
Gunslinger Spawn, but he's holding knives. Seems like he got off brand already.
Maybe. We have Fantastic Four 205 newsstand edition of the first appearance of the Nova Corps.
Very nice.
Banger.
Yeah.
I've heard that they're kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
They are.
Here we have Guardians of the Galaxy issue 6, signed by Donny Cates.
Very nice.
Nice little surfer swooping in. How about Beckerman? Have you ever heard of this artist, Neil Adams?
No, is he related to Joel Adams?
I don't think so. But
actually, he's
here,
dead.
Here we have some nice 15-cent Superboy 164 Neil Adams cover.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I love that. Neil Adams draws the best Superman hair.
Here we have Dark Horse Presents. This is the origin of the Xenomorphs.
Very cool.
Woo. Jay knows away. Neil Adams, he's an up-and-coming artist. Well, he's not up much anymore. JP, you might appreciate this book a little bit. Here we have New Teen Titans Annual, the first appearance of Vigilante.
Nice. Little Vigilante.
Whew.
I'm bringing the heat here.
And this final book, absolute 100% certified banger. The last Stan Lee written book, Ravage 2099, issue number 1, baby.
Nice.
First appearance of Ravage.
Very
yes.
Cool. I hope Brian is happy. I think he did pretty. I think we did okay. I think Chris would be upset. So I think we did okay.
Now, which book got the when you were pulling? Was it that one?
That was.
You know I love
the Vigilante.
You know I love me my 2099. It's
aware.
hard. It's hard for me to put them in here from time to time. But I do like to occasionally give up a copy here and there and not hoard them all.
You know.
You know. It's just like you're kind enough to occasionally give up a New Warriors book and allow other people to acquire one.
You're a philanderist. Oh wait, I mean philanthropist.
Exactly. All right, Brian. I'm pretty sure I've sent you stuff, but do me a favor, just ping me in Instagram just to bring it to the top so I can make sure that I get those books out to you today. I'd appreciate that, sir. All right, JP, we're going to bring you up there. We'll make you big again, and then we'll move us back over here. Oops, let's try this again. We'll move us over here. There we go. It works better when it actually works.
We're over here now.
That's right. Well, it's this the way when the comments come up. The way we're shifted. It doesn't cover anybody. It's like amazing. All right. Having said all that, JP, second verse, same as the first, a whole lot louder and hopefully no worse.
That's right. Let's hope. So I got, we did a lot of DC love in that first half. You'll notice the other half of my wall back there is Marvel. My other character that I was a big fan of as a kid, of course, was Spider-Man. And we've pulled a lot of female-related characters around Spider-Man, a lot of books. You can see some first appearances up there. So how about a first cover appearance of Mary Jane?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Freeze frame. Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah.
Despite what they how they're trying to make everyone hate her in the in the current comics, I still don't care for the character. So, just
hey,
a great
Rob,
cover.
Yes.
Can you Google me the number for the Australian police? I got a terrorist to report. Melbourne specifically.
I love this book, and I love later on. So, probably one of the few bright spots of the Nick Spencer run was essentially the Bruce Timm taking this cover and reimagining it, taking a twist of it and having it from the audience.
Yes.
Mary Jane dancing and stuff. I love it.
Yeah. So just fabulous cover. And really, if you look at the early Spider-Man stuff, by far her best cover. There aren't very many covers with her on it in any way, shape, or form. She's tiny most of the time.
Well, I've always said anybody who wants to try and claim that, that she wasn't the one that was intended to be with Peter don't understand long-term storytelling.
No.
Because you don't introduce an ancillary character and take 2 years from her first cameo to her first face reveal, and then another 2 to 3 years before you even allow her to grace a cover and stuff. I mean, this was a slow build story. She belonged. Marvel, pay attention here. They belong together. Stop being stupid.
Well, Marvel is stupid.
Rob, what do you think about this comment?
And I have been working on all of those cameos.
Early Venom host for first cover appearance of a Venom host.
But I've been working on all her cameos. I'm not showing most of the other cameos, but I've been slowly but surely accumulating all the cameo books as well. So,
yes, I do.
But since I like a pretty cover, so I figured the other book, which is one of my more valuable books in my whole collection, because people just love this thing. We had to do a little J. Scott Campbell
certified banger.
Yeah! Yeah!
A book that launched 1 million cosplays.
Yes, yes, it did. We're all thankful.
So good.
But nobody ever votes for my version of it when I did the cosplay.
I can't.
It was tough to pass by, but the problem was as much as hard as you tried, you didn't quite pull off the shirt quite the same.
Yeah,
it just didn't fit.
Yeah, but I had the pose perfect.
Yeah,
you did. But the spider head was a little distorted.
Yeah, it didn't quite look the same. I don't know. So, yeah. Not to be obviously big fan of MJ, also a big fan of Gwen. You can see Gwen's first appearances back there as well, as is her first cover appearance right here.
Some high grade heat you're dropping here, sir.
This was another AOK. This was on my list. This was sent to me.
Someone AOK'd you a 9.2
No, he
graded
the raw book.
Oh, okay.
He just said it. I think it's a really nice copy. It had
apparently so does CGC.
Yeah. When this raw book he sent to me, Dollar Bin Fodder sent to me, the centerfold was detached at one staple. I sent it to Comic Book Chiropractor, to Dustin, to Clean and Press. He reattached the centerfold and sent it in, and this is the grade I got back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, freaking yeah, fine. I did not expect a 9.2 when I sent it off, but yeah, it's so.
I don't think when we send off any book from the sub 100s for the most part that anybody really expects a 9.2, but well, maybe there's a handful of people when they pay extreme amounts for a raw, but from an AOK book, god dang.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Proper job, man.
Yeah, it's crazy that it came back that. But we're gonna stay on Gwen, and I have the second of this, not nearly as in high grade, but thanks to my man D-Run Comics for cutting me a deal on this. I have the Death of Gwen in an 8.0.
I was about to go for one of the media drops, but I think it would be kind of cruel to, even for me, to cheer the death of Gwen. So let's just recognize that this is probably, as far as, in my opinion, as far as Peter and what how his motivations and stuff.
Yeah.
This is potentially this one of the top 5 books as far as importance. For what happens in it and how it affects him long term.
Yes.
And from that aspect. So I mean it's rightfully so. It's a big book.
Yes, it is. And yeah, important book to his journey, and super cool book. But here, if you want that, I do also have her return, which is the first slab I ever bought.
Not really her return, but yeah.
Well, a version.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a clone, because that happened earlier. This is just alternate universe.
Yes. So alternate universe.
Certified banger in its own right, of course. Beckerman, as the co-host, would you like to do
side
the
of the slab, please, sir?
Sure. First appearance of Gwen Stacy as Spider-Woman. First appearance of Earth 65. First appearance of Earth 65, Matt Murdock.
Yeah, this Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen has become probably one of the one of the top characters that's come out of this expanded Spider-Verse.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They gotta have.
They ever thought that character was going to take off like it did.
No,
I can't imagine that they did. So, but I mean, they did a good job on the costume to help with that as well. So that always,
What kills me to this day, because it starts off, it's just this costume. Later on, of course, when she gets the symbiote, the synthetic symbiote, is to still see like people still draw like modern books where like she's holding her mask or something. It's like she doesn't have a mask that pulls off anymore.
No,
it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like she doesn't do that. They like to draw it that way. Another female spider character that this is a book that I had that I upgraded because it comes down so much. But we got first appearance of Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman.
Nice.
Marvel Spotlight 32.
Yeah. Woo! 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 For some weak ass goodness.
God, I love Izzy so much.
The appearance of the infamous purple
seen
gun.
That clip in a minute.
Oh yes, the purple gun.
Yes.
So, just a great book. Super happy to have that in my collection. So from here, we're going to move into mostly just like female first and of like other characters, both Marvel and a little bit of DC at the end. Because like I said, I've been able to like afford a lot more of those than I could if I'd been focused on a lot of the male characters. But this is another AOK from my man TJ Slab Dragon Watson, who sent me the first. I have first Carol back there, but he sent me the Miss Marvel in a 9.6.
Nice. This is a book that's plummeted. Holy cow.
Oh my gosh, yeah. these books have come way down. But I still really like the character because I liked her from reading the comics, not from.
Yeah, I don't really understand as much of the hate that comes from the movies on it. I don't think that it's so bad, but I mean, the movies definitely did not do this comic any love whatsoever.
No, they did not. People decided they did not like Brie Larson, and it shows through. But it made it easier to get that book when the time came, and so
Let's can you check out the right side of this label for us?
Sure. First, Carol Danvers as Miss Marvel, Scorpion, J. Jonah Jameson, Mary Jane Watson, appearance, Peter Parker cameo. So
nice.
Now I will say this book has crashed so hard. A few weeks ago, about a
how
month
hard
or so ago. Hey, I actually picked a beat up copy for $6.
Nice.
Wow.
Those are the kinds of things I would love to look for because I like to get those and put those in the giveaway bin.
Look at that. Just like, I want the deal so I can give them away. What a guy. What a guy.
There actually is a first Miss Marvel gets her powers in here.
Yes, there is. When that book also, I have that book just raw. So.
Oh, I have it raw. It's in the giveaway bin.
Oh, nice. Very
no
cool.
wonder Chris gets frustrated with it. Dude, sometimes you just do it like this, I'll get them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's become its own thing.
It's more like, I feel like that's your whole goal when you're looking for books. How angry will Chris be if I put this in the giveaway bin? Bye.
I'll tell you, the budget for that bin has grown tremendously.
So we're gonna stick with Carol. We got another signed book. My only Claremont signed book is we do have the first binary.
Oh,
so
I don't know what it is about this book, but I love this cover. It's one of these books that when I see it, I just go like, "Yes, absolutely."
Yeah, great book.
When did you get that signature, and how long did it take Chris to sign it?
2019 at Planet Comic-Con. And I was third in line to get Chris to sign
about an hour
for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
He talked to this couple the whole time. And then I got up there and I didn't really I was trying to because there was a huge long line, but it was I was trying to be, I wanted to talk to him, but I wanted to be fairly quick. And it was still 15 minutes that I talked to him.
Yeah. He doesn't care if you need to be somewhere.
No. Chris was, and it was fantastic. It was awesome to talk to him for 15 minutes and hang out with him. And this book has a fun story behind it also, because I was this was right after I'd started the channel. I was doing some stuff. I was going to Planet Con, and I was had been talking about on the equivalent then of what my whatever report now is about books I was going to take and when I was going to get signed. And I had tried to buy one of these to get signed, and it came, and the people had the book that came was not the book I bought. The pictures, it did not match. It had water damage. It was awful. So I sent it back. I was like, well, crap, I'm going to have to figure out something else. And Unruly Simeon sent me this book to get signed. He rapid sent, because it was I didn't have very much time, sent it to me. He's like, here, I'll get that one for you to replace the one that was jacked up. So that is how I ended up getting this copy, because, And it came back at 9.8, and he was like, oh, well, I didn't expect it to be 9.8. But still, super awesome of Lane to help me out that way. So
Cliff is trying to start fights out here.
I'm thinking of the potential Venomous. Everybody's going to host Venom before then. All right, so we're going to go back to DC for the final 4 books. Some other characters. I got a couple of covers and a couple of first appearances.
I just want to say that our audience numbers had shot up during the Marvel segment and are starting to plummet already.
Well, I don't know why, because we're going to show off a little Adam Hughes dim legs.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
So,
this is the best ever.
So we got
There's Spidey's boo. What a hateful person. This guy.
Big
She's
fan
got
of Zatanna.
legs and she knows how to use them.
Yeah, big fan of these. I need a long time. But yeah,
this is true. It's not.
It is not Mary Jane's legs. No, it is Zatanna's legs, drawn by Adam Hughes. So they don't know quality. And while we're on Zatanna, we'll just stay there. The other book that my other Zatanna book is obviously I also have 16. Like that.
Nice.
I actually like this cover better, like just in general.
I like this
but
cover better too.
Yeah, but had to get them both when the time came. So,
I know you didn't go to Planet this year, but
Did not.
Adam Hughes was there, and I think every other sketch it was either Zatanna or Catwoman.
Oh, I would imagine. I would imagine that's all he gets. So,
I don't know where you think this is going, Spidey, but
such a new warrior. So.
You're on the fighting side of me.
All right, two more books. A little more age on these books. This first book is a book I think is just super undervalued. These are both recent acquisitions. I can't believe this book goes for this. I don't think people really think about the way they should. And that is Justice League 75, first appearance of the second Black Canary.
Yes.
And yeah, this is in a 7.0 is under a $200 book. It's insane to me, like how cheap and easy to get this book is for 1969, because it is a different character than the Golden Age. The Golden Age is her mother. It is a different character, but people don't put nearly the love on this book I think that they should. But
Legacy.
Yeah. So no new Warriors, new Black Canary there, right? So
that's fair. Man, we're getting the new Warriors dropping there, huh? JLA, yep.
That Becker Mania running wild.
All right.
Last book and my newest edition, actually. I have a couple other books from this age group for this character. Neither of them are slabbed. I snagged the slab. This one is obviously got some historical relevance. So this is one that we might need to read the other side of. But Wonder Woman number 49.
Smoke if you got them.
Wow.
Just one of my favorite of the Wonder Woman covers from this era. And
the Sandals era.
Can you read the right side of this label for us?
Sure. Used in Seduction of the Innocent, 2-page Wonder Woman history written by Julius Schwartz and drawn by John Gianca. So, but yeah, this is one of the Seduction of the Innocent books. Just a great, fantastic.
I wouldn't have thought of Wonder Woman being in the Seduction of the Innocents.
Oh, she's in there a couple of times, but yeah. Lesbian
bondage. Oh, I thought it would have been tying people up
from the Amazon. The Amazons
implied lesbianism. This is why it's in there. So, because she's saving the damsel in distress and not a man. So that was, bad things, man. That's not the way things are supposed to go. So,
well, there we are then.
Yeah. So just a great book. Found this for a price that I couldn't pass up. I have a sensation from like the 20s issue, the 20 numbers.
Which issue is this one? What issue is this?
50 or 49 from 51. So
that is funny that they listed on the label about Seduction of the Innocent.
Yeah,
this being in it, which actually also Seduction of the Innocent is the name of Rob's yearly cookout.
It is true. This is not. Wow, this is a.
You're not supposed to agree to that.
This is a really, really affordable book in reality.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's really not. So
I mean, especially at this rate, there is a spot where it accelerates in price quite dramatically, but Beckerman. Well, I know it actually as I'm looking at this, there hasn't been a sale in this mid grade for a while. Those are really old. But even still,
I can tell you what the most recent sale was because it was me. Maybe I'd have to remember, but
well, I mean, let's list as far as at least within cover price, there is 2020.
Oh yeah,
is a sale, but even still, I mean, it looks like we won't play the game of guessing, but
I'm really curious what Rob thinks is affordable.
Well, everything is
hell no.
Everything is on a scale, but this book in a 5.5 should be probably somewhere between $400 to $500 based.
Okay, that's actually a
7.5
and that's where I got it.
Yeah, a 7.5 recently sold for $900. But the last sales on this were like in the 200s back, or at least logged in cover price in 5 years ago. So, given some up and down.
There had been recent sales, I think, of a 5.0 and a 6.0 that kind of that gave you, and when I was looking to see what was appropriate, and this kind of slotted in pretty well. So,
yeah, for a book of this age and everything else, I think that's not, and at this grade, it's not an unreasonable amount.
And I mean, and it stayed, for anybody that wonders, like, looking at my collection, is I kind of have a hard cap at $500 on anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so this came in underneath that. I've only ever broken that cap one time in my purchasing, and so that's this book.
It's don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
for paper.
Yes,
but it's an amount that is attainable for most people with a little bit of savings.
Yeah, with a little bit of work,
a little bit of planning or whatever else. It's not out of reach of people. It's not like a fan of an Amazing Fantasy 15, which for a lot of people, even if you can save to get to it, like for me, I could save to get one, but I just would never cross that threshold to acquire a book like of that much money. It's a comic book, So I guess I'm not a true Spider-Man fan, but there you go.
Chaos, you're talking about, like, I go to that number maybe once a year. Most everything is well below that number.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
But if as long as he stays within his budget, then it's still budget collecting, isn't it?
Still budget collecting. So
there you go. All right.
By definition.
I'd rather own a New Warriors #1. Wow. Well, there you go.
Yeah, we can't get you a good taste match, Spidey. I'm sorry. That's personal problem.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Logan's yelling from the cheap seats is all.
JP, thank you so much for bringing those books and sharing them with us. Before I give up the phrase that pays, if you will, sir, I want to say thank you to the Goon Squad members, also channel members at that higher level, recurring every single month, supporting this channel, supporting Comics Curing Cancer. Thank you to DJ Links, Stephen C, Legion of Comics, Dale of Suspense, Dr. Von Hoot, Justin Birch Letters, Circumstances, The Comic Vet, Austin LeMay, Mad Spidey, Collecting with Durs, Chuck Hensey, Lone Eagle, Comiverse, Deadman, Anachronic Comics, Colossus Collector, Timo Hanna, still only 35 cents, Cliff on Comics, Spirited Comic Bro, Never Could Figure It Out, Daymares, The Adventurous Joe, Valenrook, Jay Knows the Way, Ronnie Johnson, Omnibo, 1063 Comics, and Silver Eagles. Thank you so much for your continued support on the channel. Next week on OnlySlabs, Izzyverse. And why?
Nice.
Oh, Chris, take another week off.
All right, let's throw it on up here. Bam! Comic Ladies. Hashtag Comic Ladies is going to be our hashtag here for us. Let's see. What is this? I should read these on a sick trap beat. Interesting. Okay, maybe we could try. I could get some nice little underlying music to play during that read off. That'd be great. For myself, coming up on the Fat Stacks YouTube channel, obviously Thursday, I did drop part 1 of my WonderCon haul, focused on some of my meeting the community members, some pickups for the giveaway bin, and my Adventures Down, primarily my Adventures Down Artist Alley, of which I got a ton of books signed and a ton of sketch covers done, with one sketch cover outstanding still. Monday's haul will be part 2, focused on my PC pickups. quite extensive. A couple banger books acquired. The picking was way better than I thought it was going to be, including I may have completed another run.
Oh, awesome.
May have, or you did?
May have.
Well, let's just simply say that I have the opportunity to expand what my run entails if I so choose. But for my stated run of what I was going to collect, I have completed it. So there we go. Anyways, so that's what's coming up on Fast Axe YouTube channel. Also, this evening, I'll show up briefly over on Mad Spidey's channel. You can hang out with Mad Spidey over there for Mad Spidey's Outback. And I'll be tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll be on Air Pirates Radio with some good friends of mine, and we'll talk about WonderCon, our experiences, and our show off some haul pieces, etc. But nothing that I haven't shown on my channel yet. Sorry. So there we go. All right. Having said all that, so we've got 72 entries out of 82 people. So I'll give you just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Round and round she goes. And where she stops, well, the internet knows. And this, our second winner is, bang, Wayne Deacon. I'm shipping to the UK. Here we go, baby. All right, so we'll remove Wayne Deacon. I'll make myself big. And Beckerman, you are pulling for Wayne.
Wayne, I'll do my best.
No pressure, Beckerman.
He is a big DC fan. So let's see what you can do for him.
Let's go 10 from the back, both.
There, 10 from I don't know if you know this, but 10 from the back is only one book.
Oh yeah, it's one book.
This is the American education system.
Damn. I was thinking about back to front finger action, and there we go. One book. What an idiot.
Now
from the
front. You only need 6 more. So now doing 2 books at a time.
I know, but I'm going to do 7 from the front.
Got it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and
I did good. All right, let's go back to front. Stop. Both. Go a little faster.
You got all the way to the front.
Stop.
Both?
I had a method to it. Both.
All right, one more book.
Let's do 7 from the back. Since we've established that's one back.
Okay. Wow. Look at me. Nice.
How'd I do? Is he gonna be happy? I hope he's happy.
I think so. I don't know
Unlike
how you can.
Mad Spidey, I wish the best for people.
All right. Well, let's just get into this. First out of the bat, share for you, Wayne, is what if the Hulk had killed Wolverine?
Nice.
I mean, come on, that's good.
Lovely embossed chrome cover.
Chrome. That's getting better than that from 90s goodness right there.
That's right.
Hey, if it wasn't from the 90s, why would it be chromed out?
It wouldn't. That's how you know, like instantly.
All-Star Squadron.
Oh,
we have the first appearance of Jeanette Riley as the second Firebrand.
Okay, nice.
We have the spectacular first issue of Vigilante.
Interesting.
It's interesting that this character showed up twice in the post today.
Was that the hunt you gave us when you?
No, that's still coming.
Oh.
We have Invincible Iron Man issue 120, the first appearance of Justin Hammer, and the beginning of the Demon in a Bottle storyline.
Oh wow, nice.
Damn, Rob, you are a madcap. And I love it.
We have New Titans, I'm sorry, issue 99. We have first appearance as Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah. This is a very JP. Like, I feel like JP would approve of this book.
I approve of that book. That's, you know.
This book, I can't. Oh. Giant Size Defenders, issue 3.
Chris would be like,
appearance of Korvac.
Korvac, baby.
Losing it.
I love this book. That's
a great pull. And that's not the last book, though.
No, there's still one more.
There's a book you valued higher than this?
Ghost Rider 2099, issue 1. Banger, baby.
They both got 2099. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have put this one behind. I get why you did. Hey, nobody appreciates committing to the gimmick more than I do.
Shiny
goodness right there.
And it's got the trading cards inside still.
Oh, very awesome. Very nice.
There you guys go. Congratulations. Thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, foil goodness. Absolutely. 2099. Well done. Congratulations. JP, thank you so much for coming out and being a guest on the show. Backerman, thank you as always for being on standby, since Chris loves to give us minimal notice of his of his non-appearances.
It's not about even helping out a great show that raises money for a great cause. It's about how much it chaps Mad Spidey's ass that I get brought on as the guest host or co-host.
True. As long as it's all about making somebody else irritated, you know.
Oh yeah, that's kind of my whole thing, Rob.
Really, I hadn't noticed. And guys, as always, thank you for coming out strong and supporting the show and supporting Comics Curing Cancer. Absolutely fabulous. Love you guys all so much for that. Again, next week, we're back with another awesome episode as we are joined by Izzyverse NYC. So be sure to be here at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And as always, like I said, make sure you collect what you want to collect. Don't listen to anybody, including me. I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.